Hi children, how are you? So previous video lesson is functioning of the eye. Okay, now we are going to check how the eye protected from various activities. Okay, how the eye protected by various activities and what are the parts which are important to protect the eye by itself. Already you have seen the parts of the eye, isn't it? There are eyelids are there, eyelashes are there, lacrimal glands, then lacrimal canal is there, and the outer layer is called the sclera, iris, which will give the window for the entering of image through pupil, isn't it? So all these are the various parts which we have seen inside the eye. Then how these each part is helpful for the eye. There is a one activity. Okay, the activity is just hold the text at arm's length. Okay, that arm length you have to hold the textbook and close your right eye and fix your left side straight on the figure 4. That means what here is the figure. Okay, close the right eye and focus the left eye on the figure straightly and keep your right eye closed and bring the book slowly closure. Bring the book slowly closure to your eyes. Then when it is about 8 to 10 inches away, 8 to 10 inch means this one, isn't it? 8 to 10 inches away, the gap disappears as it is on the blind spot your left side eye. So whatever the gap is there, these gaps will be disappear. That means it seems like a connected with each other like that. So those gaps slowly disappear, and it seems like what is the blind spot is there in the eye where there is a no what sight. So like that you feel, but you will not see a hole in your visual field. So instead, your visual system fills in the missing area with information from the blue line on either side. Okay, there is no gap, but the gap is filled when the image is coming towards nearer to the eye. So these are some type of activities which takes place because of what? Because of the lenses and because of the light focus, the wavelength, and all these things. And eye protection, each eye protected by means of eyelids, eyelashes, eyebrows, and lacrimal glands. Those are nothing but what we call as a tear glands. And in a thin membrane which covers the front part of the eye. So this thin membrane is called what? Conjunctiva. The thin membrane is called as what? A conjunctiva. And this conjunctiva is made up of transparent single epithelium layer. You know already epithelium layer is the layer which is present on as a upper layer on each and every part of the organ, isn't it? So here also there is a epithelium layer where is transparent and which is important to cover the first front part of the eye. Okay, which is a act as a protective layer. And whenever unwanted substances come in contact with this layer, then that means dust particles or germs or when you are walking on the road, isn't it? So unwanted materials will enter into the eye. Then the lacrimal glands stimulate, and then there is a tears will produce, and through the tears the substances will wash it off. I think you have experienced this one. When the dust particles enter, immediately what will happen? The tears will start. And this tears will take the whatever the materials are formed inside the ear eye. So that will be washed off. Okay. And the fluid that are filled in the eyeball Already you know that vitreous fluid and aqueous fluid in the chambers. They protect the lens and other parts of the eye from mechanical shocks. That means already I told you. There is the water is always shock absorber where we have in the sensitive parts, sensitive organs of our body, like heart, brain. Okay. The same here in the eye also you are having two aqua parts. One is which one? Vitreous part, and second one is a aqueous. First aqueous part will be there, then inside vitreous part is there, isn't it? Which consists of liquid. And this is important for what? To avoid the outside shocks. These are act as a shock absorbers. And next one is cornea, which is called as a clean window in the sclera in front of the iris. So this one is important for what? To pass on the what? Light. So it is not a lens, but it is a modified part of sclera, and which is important to focus the light on this. And it protects the eye from direct exposure to light. So it's too much light is there, it won't allow that much light. So it acts as a screen on the in the inside the eye. And what are the structures which bring about the adjustment of the lenses? Already you know that the iris is very important. Iris consists of what? Longitudinal and circular muscles. When you see the brown color inside your eye, middle there is a black spot, isn't it? That black spot is what? Pupil. And the surrounding that one, there are muscles are present, isn't it? And those muscles are longitudinal muscles and circular muscles. So whenever they contract and relax, then the iris will make a size of the what? Pupil, increasing or decreasing. And this causes according to what? According to the light which pass on inside the eye. So can you see here? This is the pupil. Here the pupil is a small, but here it make as a what? Very large in size. Why here it is a small and here it is a large? When the light is more, then what will happen? That too much light should not be passed on. That means pass on through the pupil, and it should not be form image on retina. So the amount of the light will control by means of iris, which pass on through the pupil, isn't it? But here this one is expand. Why? Because when we are going in the dark, we can't see the image properly. So to get the image, then these people become widen in size so that we can see the images. Okay. So like that, there is the adjustment in the iris part because of what? Circular and longitudinal muscles. In the same way, this activity will go on even the lens, adjustment of the lens. Okay. When we see front, when we see far away pictures or images, then the lens size will decrease. It becomes short when we want to see front, that means in front of our eyes, the image. If you want to see distance image, then the lens a little bit flattened, sorry, vertical. It pull a little bit. If it is not, it is flattened. Okay. So that is the arrangement of the lens. This will depend on the suspensory ligaments and ciliary muscles, which are attached to the lens. Okay. So circular muscles contract to constrict the pupil, and during the bright light, average light, the pupil size is medium, and in dim light, radial muscles contract to dilate the pupil, to increase the size of the pupil. So these are the what movement, the iris muscular activity to maintain the size of the pupil according to the amount of light. If you see activity 5, observe the iris and its surroundings of your friend's eye, and you can find the pupil uh, size also. Observe the colors and patterns in the iris of your friend's eyes. Okay. Is there any difference from one another? Select a minimum of 10 members and note the result. Use a hand lens for close observation. Record your observation in your notebook. So you just go through some 5 or 6 members, your friends' uh, activity of the iris in various amount of the light. Now, while issuing identity cards, I think Aadhaar cards, isn't it? All of you have gone to get the Aadhaar cards. It is compulsory. So when you are getting the Aadhaar cards, they are taking the what? Photograph of your eyes, isn't it? Previously, they used only thumb, but nowadays they are taking the even photographs of your eyes. So why they will take the photo of your eye? That is, they want to see the iris pattern. So the iris pattern in each and every individual is a specific. It is not similar to one person to other person. That's why it is an identification mark, like your fingerprints. Fingerprints also not similar to one to other person. The each and every person is having his or her own fingerprints. So according to the fingerprints only, or according to the what iris part of the eye, then they can identify the person. Okay. So the lenses of in our eyes are very special. Can you see here? This is the lens. The lens is thin and the lens is thick. How the lens is thin? When you are going to see the far away objects. So we're looking at distant objects as the ciliary muscles loosens. Then this crystalline lens becomes thin and reflect distant objects to the retina. Whereas when you want to see the near object, then these ciliary muscles become tense. So that what will happen? The crystalline lens thicker. That means the size will decrease. Can you see here? The lens of this is thin. It became thin. But here it is what? Short, thick. So that we can see the reflection of the pictures when the image is nearer to you, near your eyes. Okay. So this is the lens activity, mechanism of lens adjustment. So there is one activity for you. Enter into a dark room from a very bright place. So what will happen? Okay. And sit in a dark room for some time. Then go into a bright light room. What will happen? I think you might have observed this one. Mostly if you go to cinema theaters, we used to go from bright light to dark room, isn't it? Can you see your chair immediately? No, you can't see. So if you just wait for some time, then you can see the chairs. Then you can identify with a torchlight or something. That means what? When you move from bright to dark or dim, or from dim to light, the adjustment needs some time. The two types of the pigments are there, isn't it? Rods and cones, photoreceptors. So they take a little bit adjustment. It takes time. Once they adjust, then you are able to see the images. So do you know the impression of an image stays in the retina for about 1/16 of a second. If you see a picture or something constantly for 5 minutes or something, then Even you close your eye also, that picture will appear in front of you only. So why? How? This is the reason. The image stays on retina for some time. That is how much? 1 over 16th of a second. In 1 second, 16th time will stay for that. After that, then the new image you can see. So this is the cause when you get image, you won't get image immediately. That whatever the image is already you have seen, that will be still in front of your eyes. So if the still images of an object are flashed at the rate faster than how much? 16 per second. So the eye receives it as moving. This way, how we see movies, isn't it? When you are observing one slide, when you move that another slide, still the previous slide pictures you are having as an image. Then once it next slide will come, then this image will just pass on and the next image will enter into your eye. So that is the reason how we can recollect the images for a little time. And already I have seen that dim light and bright light, how the pupil size will change. And here radial muscles and circular muscles. Okay, radial muscles is that longitudinal type. Circular muscles is the circle-like muscles, which will work contraction and relaxation opposite way. And how the cone cells and rod cells will take part. So the retina, which consists of what? Rods and cones. So this is a color picture and this is a black and white picture. Okay. So this way you can observe the what changes in your eye itself according to the bright light or dim light or according to the distance near or far. They will adjust. If these things are not happening, then we can say there is some reason. That means something happened to your eye. So that you have to go for the ophthalmologist and then you have to recover your eyesight by using glasses or going for the surgery and all these things. Okay. So go through this all, try to understand properly and correct the points and do the activities so that you can understand properly. Okay. What I have taught and what you have seen in the pictures, that you do the coordinate these things, then you can understand. Okay. And then you try to try these all the activities at your home. Okay. Take care. Bye.